Hey everyone, I'm Ella. This is another shell challenge. This is Villain Shell 4. It was made by Nard Villain. I'll include the links in the description so you can find all of their socials and the gallery build and gallery names, all that stuff in the description, just like usual. I've been doing a lot of shell challenges recently, and they've all been fairly challenging, but this one was very unusual. As you can see, it has a very interesting shape, and it also had some required items to be used as part of the challenge. That was a first for me, having the required items, so I was pretty excited about that. The items are the caboose, the little train piece right there, and the dinosaur rug, the outhouse toilet, and an alligator, and one more thing. Oh, it's like a doll head or a bobblehead or something. So those are all of the required items. So bizarre. I had no idea what I was going to do, but I kind of got an idea from the outhouse toilet. And then I started thinking about the alligator and, kind of making maybe, the alligator could be in some water and like some kind of pond, and maybe that could be like in a garden, and maybe a garden could be like a museum. And somehow that all led me to making this building, which is gonna be the Upcycled Museum. So it's a lot of eco lifestyle. I used as much eco lifestyle items as I could, and a lot of get to work kind of items, because they all have that kind of industrial, urban, like we have pipes and like not construction, but like factory kind of like things going on. So the idea is that this place is entirely made of like recycled materials. Like the whole building is all recycled, and they're taking things that are normally just like used in construction and things like that, and instead of just tossing them away or whatever, they're gonna make them into art. So yeah, lots of like ivy growing up on pipes and things like that to kind of be artsy. So it's like it's part museum and part garden, but mostly a museum. The garden is just kind of a given though, because it's all about recycling, upcycling, and taking care of the environment. So of course they're gonna have like an outdoor area. It's kind of what I was thinking. I turned this little nook into a bathroom over here. We do have it's one bathroom, one little outhouse that's inside though, so that's nice. And these big windows, I have never ever used these big windows before, I don't think. And I figured, might as well, if I'm using eco lifestyle, maybe we're gonna recycle these giant windows. And we have a little container up on the second floor. And that circular building is made out of, I think that's some kind of metal. I'm not sure. I went I went crazy, and I just used every single thing I could from eco lifestyle. And we have this, what is that? Like these blades? Is that a propeller? I don't know. We're gonna put it on the side of the building. It's now a decoration. And I have this, I'm starting on a lot in San Sequoia, but I'm gonna go to Newcrest and put it on, because I think it's supposed to be on that lot specifically. And also that lot just like works way better the way the way it's positioned. Yeah, like right now I switched it over and I just moved everything to the side. So now we have this entrance over here, and we're gonna have this giant pipe on the side. I'm making the grand entrance right now. I'm not basing this off of anything. This is just entirely out of my imagination. So it's pretty weird. But I think it's unique. Kind of like it's interesting, I feel like. It seems not too far-fetched. Like maybe somebody could do something kind of sort of like this. And well, it's a Sims and it looks cool, and I'm using so many items that I never ever use. So that was very exciting. Lots of plants too. Right now, I'm kind of like, as I go, I'm just grabbing everything I can out of debug that I think might work here. So I have lots of things just kind of setting to the side. And the and the doll head beside all of that. I am. I think I actually kind of forget about her until the very end. When I remember, oh wait, she's over here, and then I get her situated in a spot appropriate. That actually ends up looking a little bit kind of creepy, I feel like, but I think it works. It's definitely it's upcycling. I upcycled the bobblehead. Oh, and I love those plaques right there. They're kind of like telling you about the museum, I imagine. Maybe it's like we made this building out of 100% recycled materials or something like that. And yeah, I was really trying to go pretty into all the little details and just seeing how many things I could find. So I'm using a lot of packs just for like one or two items, but a lot of it is eco lifestyle and get to work because they have the best things for this kind of style, I guess. The industrial kind of a theme. I I've never made anything like this. Like I am making cottages and I'm living like in a fairy tale woodsy kind of a Sims gameplay. So this was really weird. So over here, so like in this first area when you first walk into the building, this is kind of like your museum area. This is the front desk, and you're gonna see just things on display that have been recycled and are now meant to be art. It's kind of like a brown orange, and there's a little bit of green, and to kind of liven it up a bit. It's meant to not look extremely pretty and neat. It's like you're taking all of this and you're trying to make it into something that it's not. And then after that, the bathroom's over there, and then you go outside the door, and I'm gonna add in like a not an aquarium, but it's like we'll have fish tanks in there, and there'll be like information about, water conservation and things like that. It's also meant to kind of like excite you about, helping the environment and, look at all these fish we have in tanks. I don't know if this would be realistic or not. Maybe they wouldn't do that. But, they probably wouldn't have an alligator either. So it's just for fun. I try to go with some kind of like fountain on this, whatever this pipe looking thing is. I turn it into a art display. It's like a statue. But I go with just kind of a nice water fountain or waterfall behind it. That's our art piece. And I actually used is that the werewolf stairs? Never have I ever used that. So I was just like, you know what? I'm using this. We're going to go all out. We're going to use eco lifestyle, werewolf factory looking stairs. Oh, and I put little turtles. The turtles are going throughout the museum and they're leading you over to the aquarium zone. I'm changing up some of the colors. This was very interesting. I wanted to see how intricate I could make it, like just how many things. I went really far out. I feel like I just wanted to see how many things in this game could be possibly considered like recycled or upcycled. How many things can kind of look like that? And just went for it. So this whole area is going to be nice and blue, but I'm going to use some of these like metal looking floor to make it still seem industrial. And we got the big windows so you can see the little pond outside, and the pet alligator's going to be chilling out in the little nook over there so you can see him out the window. And I was almost considering putting the fish on the wall, but then I thought, no, that probably wouldn't make sense, so I didn't do that. I do get some posters of like, it's got pictures of like fish on it, and I just try to find things that have anything related to the ocean. Like I end up putting the little height chart. I put that there, and we have the fishies on the wall. I guess it's kind of also kid friendly too, because it's so like cute and cartoony. And then I just kind of put some signs, and maybe they're saying like fun facts about the ocean. That's what I like to imagine. I'm gonna move those all over so it's like even. That's our aquarium. Yeah, I spent a lot of time going through all of the like decorations because there's so many things I've just never used before, so I was like looking through the swatches and trying to see what would be the best, what would be nice. So there's our little turtles going into the aquarium. Maybe the aquarium is like a new addition or something. They're really proud of the aquarium. And then I was thinking over here about adding in some kind of like a big fountain using the actual fountain tool. I started off just messing around with these frogs. I ended up not liking that and changing it. But I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but we have these frogs, right? And I've never used them, but we have so many swatches for them. I'm pretty sure every frog in the game has a little swatch you could turn the frog to. Yeah, it was weird. I spent a lot of time like pondering this build. Like I downloaded it and then I kept coming into the game and I was like looking at it and thinking like, what in the world am I gonna do with this like shape? I came to the conclusion pretty early on that, it would probably be a good idea to make this into some kind of like something related to arts or to like a garden of some sort, because then you can make the alligator work nicely, right? With a pond. And then I was thinking about, I use these posters over here as kind of a information area. I'm gonna spread those posters around the whole museum so it's like educational, and so there's your little facts and yeah, I used those lights. Are those from the kit? Kind of like strange lights to use, but they seem like they're made by hands, so that's why I chose them. They are also upcycled materials. Yeah, I'm grabbing more things from debug. It's such a pain going through debug, so I've just kind of like grabbing anything that might be used so I don't have to go back and look for it again if I change my mind and I wish I had used it. So adding lots of things over here to the side. Oh, but yeah, the train was going to be really early on. I kind of like the idea of the train being used as like a art display with, like flowers around it, and it being in the center of like this little pond, and it just kind of being like in a garden. And later I came up with the idea of putting this, what would you call that? It's not a roof. Is that, there's a word for that. I put that above the train, and I'm gonna get some columns under it as if it's being held up by that, and we're gonna add some ivy climbing up on it and flowers around it. It's gonna be super pretty. I really like the train. And yeah, there's the columns. I often go with either the, what is it? Granite Falls. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot. Oh no, Outdoor Retreat. Outdoor Retreat. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that one, or the Snowy Escape columns. I love the wood colors on those swatches. Oh my goodness, I really simplified this. I just kind of, at first I was not sure where to go as far as the landscaping, but I decided to narrow it down to, I'll just kind of filter eco lifestyle, and then that led to me finding these rocks, and I decided maybe I'll just line this pond with these rocks over here as like a wall. And then I'm going to fill that in with some more flowers and everything. I just kind of try to save that for last so I can get an idea of, how many other art displays I'm going to put down. So I don't want to do all of the landscaping right away. And that is the romantic garden fountain. And it's like raised up on a, I don't know if is that a pipe? I don't even know. I think it's some kind of pipe. That's all I know what to call it. I mean, this is some kind of, like, is that some kind of, like, cylinder? Is that also just a pipe? I have no idea. I don't know what this would be used for. But I'm turning this, whatever this is, into a fountain. And I'm adding those little water emitters on the top, so it'll be interesting looking. It'll be up high, the water spraying everywhere, and some water going around the pond. I don't know if the alligator really appreciates that, but let's just not ask him. And some more rocks. I'm really glad we have those from the Rivera Retreat pack, the little waterfalls. They're so pretty. I've been using them like crazy. And then, yeah, to simplify the landscaping, I was just like, you know what, let's do eco lifestyle and base game. And then I remembered Snowy Escape also had these really pretty, like, ivy options. And that's what I end up putting on the train and on that wall. And then I kind of spread it around too and just put it on the building everywhere. Like, it's going on this fountain. It's going to go in the entrance over there and those really tall pipes. Just to make it look like, yeah, kind of just to look like nature is like taking over this building. It's a totally recycled building, and it's full of life and green. So it's like nature is taking over these urban relics, I think is what I call it. I'm not really sure exactly how somebody in real life would kind of like spin this. I also I'm going to be including as many of the eco lifestyle, like even the like activity items. So you can come here and you can actually still like recycle parts and whatnot. But I kind of put these podiums in front of it. I forgot to check if it will actually work because I'm kind of using it as a prop. So it's got these podiums in front of it, like it's giving you information about how it works and what it's for and things like that. And because it is a museum, it does require you to have, I think you need to have like an easel. I don't know if it's an easel or if it's some kind of creativity object, but I do put an easel and I put it over at the end of the little garden area. So we have a little skill building object over there too. But now I'm doing some more landscaping, getting some grass down. I don't think I keep that. A good bit of things, well, not many things change. It's mostly, most things I just kind of just went with it. Like if I was like, you know what, I like that, I'm just gonna go with it. I do change that little fountain. And that might be it. I think I just kind of was winging it. At this point, I have no idea what I'm basing this off of. It's just here. But I did get kind of caught up with trying to find all of the little items that I never use, and so they don't pop out to me. So I'm going through debug so much, just trying to find anything. I was thinking maybe about I wanted to put some kind of statue on that railing. Like I've extended, I've added more space by adding that debug item. But yeah, this was very interesting and like way out of my comfort zone, and then doing eco lifestyle kind of made it even more of a challenge, but it all came together pretty nicely. Or at least it's interesting. It's interesting looking. I actually don't play with eco lifestyle at all. I use it for the furniture, but you know, like the dining room table, the chair, the beds. I really like the beds. But the actual skill objects, I'm actually not really familiar with how to use them. So I just kind of I included them, but they're like props. Like the saddle, the circular room is gonna turn into like a kids section. Oh yeah, see, I get rid of the fountain and I end up just putting some plants here. And then I add another poster with some more information on it. I'm gonna spread some more posters around the build. So it's like you can go around and look at them and learn some things. The rocks are poking inside of the building, but I decide maybe that's just a part of the experience. It's very artsy. I've declared that to be artsy. That clipping is that's intentional. That's just the art. But I do add the little food truck over here and a little seating area, so you can, take care of your needs and get some food while you're out. And yeah, this is the greenhouse. I use the greenhouse haven pack because I love those windows. I think I didn't realize this, but I made the windows green, and I was thinking to myself about changing the color of the walls on the exterior and making them green as well, but I think I totally forget to do that. I'm pretty sure they're still yellow, so it's like a yellow building but with green windows, so that might be kind of odd looking. But well, that's kind of what happens whenever everything is recycled. You just kind of make do with what you've got. And that's the oh, what is it called? I'm forgetting so many words. It's a display of a I have those. I have those on my roof in my house, and I'm forgetting what they are called. The sun panels. No, that's not it. Oh my goodness. Is that it? No, that's not it. What a weird word for me to forget. Anyways, let's just proceed onward. So, yeah, I was just saying how I like the tables a lot. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna have some nice tables over here. They deserve it. So I did manage to still use the eco lifestyle tables. Some of the furniture. Let's go back over here. We're gonna be working on the kid space. That's how I've decided I'm gonna use the dinosaur rug. And I go back and I change that. I think it was like a train. Oh my goodness, what is up with me? I'm forgetting every word. If I don't use it regularly, I'm like just forgetting it. It's like a simple word. I don't remember. I think I need to go and read some books or something, because I am just like losing my mind over here. I need to learn more words. I noticed that whenever my son is 14 months old, so he's learning words pretty often. He can say a few things, but I think I've been saying the same words over and over, because whenever he says that he wants food, instead of saying food, he says good. He says he wants good. And I think every single time I feed him, I tell him, is it good? And I think I've just been saying that same word over and over. And so now it's just like his word for everything. He says good, good, good. Just all the time. My goodness, I need to read a dictionary. That's my issue. I need to just browse the dictionary and make sure I learn more words. I need more adjectives. I need to be more descriptive. But I'm pulling some things from the rest of the build to kind of make it cohesive. I think I'm just putting posters all around the kid area. Maybe have some on the window of the greenhouse, so it's everywhere. I know there's only like 3 different kinds, but I'm pretending they all say something different depending on the area that they are in. I also include some other posters too. That, like the book one, and we also have that fish one, so we mix it up a little bit, but there's not a whole lot. I mean, I really like those posters. I use them a lot. Oh, I tried to make something over here to make it kind of interesting, like to draw your attention to the kid area so you could find it. I also have I have the bobblehead. I was trying to figure out how to put the bobblehead. I tried to use the paranormal creepy doll. That is so ridiculous. I changed that. I don't keep that. It was too weird. And then I thought maybe gnomes, because maybe a gnome had its like face smashed. So maybe we take the bobblehead and we put it on top of the face of a gnome, so that it's not not just like a smash gnome. So there's the bobblehead on the gnome. I tried the smaller one, but it seems like the big one in the middle it looked the best. Here's the entrance of the Upcycled Museum. A little side view, and the fountain we made on the side. But yeah, this was very fun. It was very challenging. It turned out really interesting. I'm really happy with how this turned out, even though it's kind of weird, but yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you have an enchanting rest of your day.